Hi guys, I am back and my hair is super curly and my lighting is funky because it's like 11 p.m. But I'm going to really quickly do an example for my Cinderellas. So a couple things before I go through this one. There's a couple places I don't love this version. I don't love this book. So I'm going to change the wording in a couple places. You'll see, I'll show you when I go through, and I'll probably put a sticky note in there and rewrite the words that I want to say instead of whatever they have written. And if you forget, it's no big deal. Just don't realize you forgot and then be like, oh dang, and try to go back and fix it. Just keep going. You know what I mean? I'll show you as I go through. But so this song that's playing right now, this background music, is from the live action, and all the music that I have for this one's gonna be live action. So it's gonna again be your little overture thing where you kind of come out during it, get set up. It'll start playing before you're out, and you can kind of talk to the audience and it'll give them a chance to realize, oh hey, there's a princess over here, and kind of gather before you really get going. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example, and then I'm going to fade this song out when you get to the end of this first page. Right after this first page, you're going to do your song, A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. And that one is also the 2015, it's the Lily James version. And I think that the tempo of it, the timing of it, is a little bit different from the original, so just make sure you listen to Lily James sing it and maybe sing it along with her and make sure that you're really familiar and comfortable with it. So we're just going to go through this real quick. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a rich widowed gentleman and his beautiful daughter Cinderella. Cinderella's father was kind and loving. He married again so that his daughter had a mother to care for her. Cinderella's stepmother had two mean daughters. Again, love me some audience interaction. So if you have the opportunity to talk to, if there's kids in front that you can talk to and you want to go off book, feel free to, instead of just reading Two Mean Daughters of Anastasia and Gisela, you can say, for example, he had two mean daughters. Do you know what their names were? Oh, Anastasia, that's right, that was one of them. You know what I mean? Super fun to ask them questions and see them raise their hands and get excited. You can even, depending on if we have the mic on a stand or if we're going to be holding it, if we can take it on and off, I might have you kind of get some of the kids talking to the mic. It's kind of fun, and I think they'd be excited about it. When Cinderella's father died, her stepmother stopped pretending to like her. She was jealous of Cinderella's charm and beauty. This is one of the lines I'm changing because I don't like it. I don't like the idea that being a princess is all about appearance. And I love how the live action focused on her courage. So what I would like for y'all to say instead is she was jealous of Cinderella's courage and kindness. It's pretty simple. So she forced the young girl to become a servant in her own home. Cinderella was given a tiny room in the attic. There, her only friends, the mice and the birds, listened as she sang about her dreams of a life filled with happiness and love. And this is when you'll do your little sing-along. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you lose your heartaches, whatever you wish for you get the idea. So then we're moving on. And then, of course, I'm going to try to have a little table up on the platform with us so that when you are singing, you can put the book down for a minute and fully be in it, acting it out. And there's a little instrumental part in the middle where you can be like, do you want to practice a twirl with me, or a curtsy or whatever. Be talking to the kids during those times. You can be dancing, you can be just in character, living it up I know you can. So, not far away. "Why, that means I can go too," said Cinderella hopefully. Revisiting the kind of values and stuff of this story, I want to emphasize Cinderella's kindness, her humility, her hard work, her courage, especially. She sometimes is seen as like a weaker princess, and part of that is probably the time period that she's from. But she's really not, if you think about it. She's very perseverant. She chooses to see the best in every person, which I think is really admirable. So, like maybe, for example, when you say, "Why, that means I can go too," Cinderella said, hopefully you can add, "I'd never been to a party before, or I'd never been to a party since my mom was, and since before my mom died," or whatever. And kind of emphasize, this is not just about, I want to go find someone to marry because that's my only dream. It's like, I want to go live my life. I want to have experiences. I want to have adventures. I want to explore, and make her a little bit more believable. Sincerity is key in all of these. You can watch, Michaela did a really good job with singing Part of Your World, where she was doing the Little Mermaid princess thing, but she also had this like sincerity and this honesty and this kind of rawness to it that was really, really good, because it was still princess, but it was believable, and that's what sets it apart from, I'm just going to do a generic princess thing. About when you get to this part and the transformation part, the music gets kind of all swelly and cool. Again, it's the 2015 soundtrack. Minutes later, the fairy godmother waved her magic wand over the pumpkin. This is the part I'm talking about. This is kind of the transformation, and it always makes me think of the movie where it's like the camera is like from above and you see her spin and her skirt is like, woo, you know what I mean? It's cool. So you can do a little spin on stage and be like, so your transformation is a magical moment, kind of iconic. And then you'll basically continue reading. The other thing that I want to change is over here. I'm going to turn down my music so y'all can hear me. The words say, "At the palace, Cinderella entered the glittering ballroom. Glancing up, the prince saw her and fell in love at first sight." That ain't how love works. Okay, I'm sorry. I know it's a princess thing, but like, I want to emphasize that Cinderella is a person with a personality, and she's not just a beautiful face in a fancy dress. So I don't want to say that line. I don't want to say that, oh, he saw her and fell in love. It's not that simple. Like maybe glancing up, the prince saw her and asked her to dance. He took Cinderella's hand and led her to the dance floor. And the prince realized how kind and brave she was as they spoke, or whatever. Something where I'm like, just give her some depth. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's important to me. I don't know why. Okay, suddenly she heard the clock chime. "I must go, blah, blah, blah." There's a really beautiful line in the live action when she's coming, I haven't seen it in a while, but like she's like coming down from her attic and her rags and everything, and there's some line about like the bravest thing we'll ever do is to be seen as we truly are. It's like it takes courage to show that she's not a princess, she's not anyone fancy, she's just a servant girl. And to admit that and not knowing how people will react to her, that takes bravery as well. So that would be a really good place to, when it says, they stole the attic key from the stepmother's pocket and pushed it all the way up to Cinderella's room. Take a moment, come out of the story, and maybe say, that was really scary for me, because as I came down the stairs, I knew that, I wasn't going to be hiding behind a sparkly dress anymore. Like, whatever that I'm gonna find that line from the live action. It's like, the bravest thing we'll ever do, or something like that, is to be seen as we truly are. That's what I would love to incorporate right before this paragraph. That's it. Okay. Sweet. Pretty straightforward for that one. Let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later.